Hey, it's Dad. How's it going? Look what I'm wearing. You want to know something? It's even Halloween in November. That's why I'm dressed up. Halloween is over, but not in my mind. Not in your mind if you're still following me. And not in your mind if you're still watching this. This is D3, Dad and Dinero Discussions. We discuss horror movies. About every other week. Sundays, usually 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get on Instagram live and we discuss a specific horror movie that we have watched. We get 2 weeks to watch it because we do this every other week. This week was my choice. My choice was not Beetlejuice, no, but I am Beetlejuice right now. But my choice was Terror Train. Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. Terror Train 1980 Terror Train. So, that's what we're going to be discussing tonight once K. Dinero joins me. I am Horror Movie Dad. And I am waiting for him. But we will still keep talking right now. I see some people flooding the gates. Yes, just to let you all know, as I mentioned earlier, it is November, but it is still Halloween. Every day is Halloween. That's why I dress up right now. To let you all know, Halloween is over, but it's not. Halloween is every day on Horror Movie Dad's Instagram. This is Dad and Dinero Discussions, as I mentioned earlier. Horror Movie Dad and K. Dinero will be discussing Terror Train tonight once he joins. Yes, I am Beetlejuice. Beetle Dad, BTV Farms. That's right, Beetle Dad is here. Beetle Dad is here to have a good time with you in this wonderful hour of discussing a movie called Terror Train. I've said it like 5 times already, but I'm going to keep saying it. Terror Train. We're going to discuss Terror Train. It's a train, and it's terror. Terror on a train. This is going to be our 12th live. Our 12th live, our 12th D3. We've come a long way. We started this out once COVID-19 decided to shut us all into our homes. My buddy K. Dinero, a.k.a. Kenny, who I've known since my freshman year of high school, we go back pretty far. Lots of times where we go to the movie rental store, I guess you would call it, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Captain Video, whatever was around at that time. We'd flood the horror section. We'd find something that looks stupid or cool on the front and the back, and then we rent it, and then we'd have a whole sleepover, and that was the day. That was the night. So, and that's what we do. And we decided to continue this. So he watches the movie, I watch the movie, and then it's good to go. Ooh, K. Dinero is here. We're about to go live with K. Dinero now. Let's see what's going on with this guy. Hey!
What up, my guy?
What's up, bro? It's Teletubby and Beetlejuice here to talk about horror movies with all of you tonight, huh?
Go. Let's motherfucking go, my guys.
Every day is Halloween. It's November, but it does not matter. We still dress up in costume because we don't give a fuck.
Sir, today I will be drinking my Bud Light seltzer. Let's see if I can open it up with my Teletubby paws. Oh,
Nice, bro.
here's my guy.
Cheers, bro, to another D3. This is our 12th D3, by the way.
First and foremost, before I want to start everything, I want to say that when you watch Dad and Dinero's discussions, we welcome everybody, okay? If you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're straight, if you're bisexual, whatever. If you're trans, it's all good. You know why? Because we're here to talk about horror movies. And when we talk about horror movies, we have no boundaries. And all of y'all are welcome to pitch in and let us know what you think. So with that said, let's fucking get this going.
Right. Tinky Winky. So somebody knows who the purple one's name is. I have no idea, bro.
Sorry, for some reason my computer started saying K Dinero lyrics. Go ahead, man.
Well, speaking of K Dinero lyrics, let's get this thing started, huh? Right?
Okay.
Good note.
Let's go to the midnight falls, everything slow-mo. One is the devil, other all night drinking at the creep show. Let's go to the show, midnight, everything slow. One is the devil, other is a crow. All night smoking at the creep show.
All right.
Go.
Keep showing, but you know, we're here.
Right? So if you didn't know, that song is called Creep Show off of my man K Dinero's Holy Water album. You can find it anywhere online, anywhere, stream it on Spotify, stream it anywhere, and you can also buy it anywhere, wherever you can buy any music online. So there you go. There's my plug for this man right here.
Love the Beetlejuice. The Beetlejuice is here, man.
Dude, it's Beetle Dad, bro.
Beetle Dad.
Beetle Dad. That's what he just decided to tell us. Oh, we got 10-foot player up in here. I saw Elizabeth O'Hagan earlier. Let's see. We got some more people joining us.
I want to give a big shout out to the boy Ty Shaw. He works at Burners on Hate. I went there a few days ago, and if you guys smoke, if you guys want to get, good deals and you want to know what you're getting into, my boy Ty right there, 10-foot player. That's his IG. If you want to know anything about weed, CBD, edibles, tinctures, tree, that is the man to talk to. I went there. He made me feel so comfortable. I brought my girlfriend there, and it was all good, and we're cool.
There we go, bro. Nice little plug going. We're just plugging away over here. Plugging away. So, it was my choice today for this one, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, on our 12th episode of D3, our 12th live, I decided to go with Terror Train. And I've never seen it before. So, and that's very surprising. There's an 80s horror movie that I have. Very surprising. So, but this one stars Jamie Lee Curtis. It was released in 1980, 1 year before I was born. And I'll read you a little synopsis, and then we can start talking about it. What do you say? Hey, what do you say, Tinky Winky?
Let's do it.
All right. The boys and girls of Sigma Phi soon will live. Some will live, some will die. A mass killer targets 6 college kids responsible for a prank gone wrong 3 years earlier and who are currently throwing a large New Year's Eve costume party aboard a moving train. And that's what we watched. And if you're wanting to watch it, it's on Amazon Prime right now. And I'm wondering if anybody else has watched it or seen it before, feel free to join our conversation. And even if you haven't seen it, join the conversation too. That's fine. I don't give a care. I don't give a shit.
Jamie Lee Curtis is definitely one of the hottest, in her prime in that movie. 1980. I wasn't even born yet. I was born in 82.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was 81. Yeah, of course, dude. Jamie Lee Curtis, she was in a pretty good amount of horror movies back in the 80s, man. So, Halloween, The Fog, Prom Night. She was in a bunch of stuff, dude. And that's good. 2 of them were John Carpenter. So John Carpenter had a thing for Jamie Lee.
Dude, yes, that is fucking Also, if you guys didn't know, David Copperfield is in this movie.
Yeah.
A young David Copperfield.
Uh-huh. Is he the guy doing all the magic?
He is the one that is doing the magic, and if you look at David Copperfield, he looks like a young Jimmy G.
Yeah. Dude, he looks such like a creep in this movie. He's so douchey looking the way he
Copperfield. But okay. So let's start. Let's talk about the beginning of this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the beginning of this movie, right? We see Jamie Lee Curtis, and then we see this guy named Kenny. And basically, the beginning of the movie is basically a prank on both of them. And Kenny is a virgin, and they're like, "Come on, go upstairs." And I don't.
Hey,
it's so weird to what? Go ahead.
did you notice every single one of the virgins had to wear that stupid little yarmulke hat?
No, I didn't. I don't remember seeing that.
At the beginning, there was a bunch of people in the fraternity, all the dudes in the fraternity, and only some of them had like little yarmulke hats with different colors on them, and that meant that they were virgins.
What?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
They had little yarmulke hats on at the beginning of the movie, and now they were virgins.
Did Jamie Lee Curtis have a little yarmulke virgin hat on?
It's only the dudes that were in the fraternity.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hey, go ahead.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
Great knowledge.
Yeah, so all right, go ahead, continue, bro. Continue with the prank that was gonna happen or whatever.
All right, so in the beginning, right? Basically, Jamie Lee Curtis. This is the weird part. So like they're playing kind of a prank on both of them, and then there is a basically like, okay, there's this virgin named Kenny. He's a dork. My name's Kenny. I'm not a dork, but I guess he's a dork.
You are dressed up like that right now.
I am. So Kenny goes upstairs. He's hella nervous. He takes off his clothes, and there's basically it's like a bed with like sheets covering. You kind of can't see. And the weird part is like, why is Jamie Lee Curtis there? Like, is she like gonna give him the play-by-play like to how to stick his wiener in a fucking girl's vagina? I don't know. That was very weird. Because like, what are you doing in there? Like, you're gonna like
she's trying to lure him in. Remember, she's outside the room and telling her like, hey, come on, because they're trying to set this guy up so he can get laid for the first time. And so she lures him into the room.
One thing right now, if that was me, I would have told Jamie Lee Curtis to come inside that bed before I do anything.
Yeah.
I do this as a team.
Right. But there was something else on the bed, wasn't there? There was another female on the bed.
As soon as Kenny thinks, hold on, let me adjust my ears. As soon as Kenny goes into the into the bed and he's gonna hook up with the girl, it's a dummy, but it's like a dead body of a dummy, and it's like a girl hacked up into pieces. And Kenny freaks out. Jamie Lee Curtis freaks out, and it's possibly the most funniest things that I've ever seen that could happen to somebody on a bed. He gets yeah. Please let us know what happens, Josh.
No, I was. You can continue that, but I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't a dummy. It was an actual cadaver.
Wait,
that's why the prank was sick.
How did they get the actual cadaver?
They're medical students. It was actual female cadaver on the bed.
Holy shit.
So it wasn't a dummy, and that's why he was so traumatized.
Wow, I would have been fucking traumatized too.
Yeah, and so now explain what happens with the weird way this guy freaks out.
What kind of trouble do you think you would get in if you actually worked at the morgue and you stole a cadaver to play a prank on somebody? Think about that.
Hey, they're med students. They'd probably do medical procedures on cadavers all the time, and I guess the senior guy hold a cadaver and put it on the bed. So this guy was almost in his underwear about to go have sex, and he gets on the bed, and it's a freaking cadaver, bro, and the arms are moving and shit.
Dude, bro, remember when he gets scared and he gets tangled up in the fucking, bro, how the fuck are you a man and you get tangled up in drapes? Like, you got tangled up so hard, it like literally, like, for the force for you to get tangled up like that, you need like 5 people to fucking spin you around. Like, how do you, what the fuck?
Dude, he stood up on the bed and put his arms out and was screaming and circling around in circles and tangling himself up in the drapes of the bed, dude. It was one of those beds that have like the pulls on top where you can put drapes around them. And it's all, then it goes into slow motion. He's like, oh,
Dude, normally I drink out of the fucking glass, but today, you know, since I'm in costume, dude, look, hold on. You can see like the reflection off my head, like of the light or whatever. Bro, I have to give you credit, Josh. You nailed it fucking with the costume. All right, okay. So here's the note I have about this movie, which was so dumb and stupid, but I still like it because that's Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was actually watchable. I liked it. Okay, I like most movies, as you guys know. Right. There's this one guy before they go into the train, and he has a blow-up doll, and he's like the funny guy. Like, he's like, oh, I'm the funny guy. Where did you fuck? And he goes to David Copperfield. He's like, where did you make my date go? Did you make her disappear? And he's like this funny jack. Dude. Okay, I think his name was Eduardo, and he doesn't even look like a fucking Eduardo. He looks like an Edward. Yeah. So here it is. And I watched the beginning scene multiple times because the beginning scene is actually a very prominent scene. Like, you know, like we know that someone dies and sneaks in with someone's costume. If you watch the movie, it almost looks like this guy, Edward, who is the funny guy, white guy with like orange hair, he's like a carrot top, or maybe he has blonde hair, whatever. As everybody goes into the train, he actually has a sword through him. So somebody took a sword and fucking stabbed him in the stomach, and he's like dying. But because everybody's dressing up, they're like, oh, great outfit, oh, it's so real.
You're so funny.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
He's found again.
So as he's around, he's like in his boxers. Like, where the fuck did your pants go? Did he have pants? I can't remember. But when he takes off the mask, it's a fucking different person. It's not the same guy that we saw.
I didn't notice that.
Dude, watch it again. It's not him, which is fucking weird as fuck.
Okay. Nice, dude. Good find then, bro. I didn't notice.
Good.
So, but it was pretty cool. So this I guess this kind of rewind a little bit. The same fraternity decided to throw a huge New Year's Eve party, and I guess they rented out this train, and they paid the conductor and or whatever to have this big New Year's Eve party on this train. And it was like an epic party, bro. This would be something that'd be awesome. They had David Copperfield coming in. Dude, and his name in the movie was Ken the Magician. So you got another Kenny, bro.
Which is weird because when Eduardo dies, and it actually looks like David Copperfield is the one that is dead, which is very strange.
Three characters.
Before I do anything, I want to see who's on right now. All right, so
yeah.
All right, hold on.
3 of those characters look almost exactly the same, dude, in this movie.
We got Elizabeth O'Hagan and T. Lamb 510 tapping in. First,
okay.
Shout out to Elizabeth O'Hagan because she's a really good friend of mine, and she's been watching our shit since day one. So shout out to you, Elizabeth. You're the fucking shit. We talk on Snapchat, and she always gives me really good recommendations on movies. And she's just overall a very, very cool person. God bless her. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Tommy Lamb, because a week ago, my boy Tommy Lamb was doing a bike ride, and he got hit by a hit and run and had fucking compound fractures in his leg, and he is a soldier watching our shit right now. So Tommy Lamb, I respect you for fucking taking the time to watch our shit. I hope you get better, man. I hope you get well. I hope your leg heals up, and I hope they catch that motherfucker who got you. And whoever that motherfucker was, I hope you fucking sit on a fucking 100 nails and you fucking die of a slow death, you bitch.
Thank you for joining.
Yes. So, all right, let's keep
Nice,
it going.
bro. Okay, so anyway, they throw this epic party on the train. So I kind of wanted to go in a direction to see. I was going to ask you, do you have any good like train story of yourself, like something awkward or funny or shocking that you personally went through on a train?
Yeah. Every time I took the train to the fucking Giants game, I always barf on the way back. Every time I Giants game, I'm good when I get there, but on the way home, every time we would get off Hillsdale, I would barf in the same spot where the TGI Fridays is, at the same bushes, at the same place. It's like fucking clockwork.
Nice, bro.
Bro, seriously, with that bald, with your hair, bro.
So I have a lot of train stories because I took the train every day to school in high school for 3 years or whatever. But I have one train story that was hilarious to me, dude, and it was actually on BART. So I guess we'll consider this a train right now, BART. And I was going to Oakland. I had to work in Oakland for a couple weeks. And in the morning, it gets pretty crowded in the morning, like at 7:30 or whatever. And so this guy comes on the train, an older guy. He had to be like 70. 70 he was a guy, and glasses on, and he rolls on literally with a little girl's bike. He's got a little girl's bike, and he walks it on, and he's actually wearing a little girl's princess pink helmet. Guy's like 70-year-old Asian guy. And in the mornings, you know, you're on the train, dude, nobody at BART, and get tons of weird people on BART. And no one's talking to anybody because everyone's paying attention to myself. And I swear to God, this guy made my fucking day because I was just sitting there staring at him and laughing. Laughing out loud, literally. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to think in my head. I'm like, how did this guy come up on a bike like this? I'm like, did he really steal this from a child? Probably not. He probably just had this bike and was like, I need to use it. And so I was rolling the whole time, and I had people looking at me. I'm like, this guy's just laughing randomly on BART.
I feel like if you went on BART and like you licked like one of the seats, you'd get every single STD infection imaginable to mankind, and you would never be cured.
Dude, BART's gross.
Dude, BART has fucking bacteria that they could only find on Mars.
Yeah, it's the new bacteria called BART.
BART. Bacteria.
Oh, he's freezing.
Bay Area Rapid Transmission or Rapid Train. What the fuck does it stand for?
Bay
Transportation.
Rapid
Transit.
Yeah, Bay Area. I think
it would be Bacteria Area Rapid Transmission.
There you go. So,
hold on, Josh.
What?
If you were, okay, let's just bring it back. Like, if you were single, like, let's just like go into another like time zone where you're not married, you're single right now. you're like totally like this is not you, this is in a different world. If you were in a different world and you were in a different like dimension, and this was like the same Josh but like a different fucking Bay Area, it's like you just have completely different friends, you have completely just everything different. If you had a girlfriend that wanted to give you a blowjob on BART and there was only a few people in your car, would you still get the blowjob?
Yeah.
Would you still be able to get hard?
I, sure.
I don't know, man. I think I would get kind of stage fright. Just like maybe if no one was in the fucking like that separate like unit, like if I had a girlfriend like at the moment and like you know she's like, can I give you head? I would be like, all right, oh, like you can give me a blowjob because you know blowjobs feel awesome, but like no one's in there, and I'd be like, all right, cool, no one's in there. But would you be able to still get a blowjob if there were like maybe 5 people in there, but they were kind of far away? But as you're getting a blowjob, maybe someone makes eye contact with you.
You come up with this, bro? I guess dude, the only way I'm gonna be able to tell is if I'm in the moment, bro.
Hold on. Mom Movie says you guys look hot. Well, thank you, Mom Movie. We appreciate that.
What's up, Mom Movie? Thanks for joining us.
Hold on,
This is
please.
Dad and Dinero discussions. As you walked in on a blowjob question, we're actually discussing Terror Train.
That was
Terror Train.
sidetracked, and for some reason we're talking about getting a blowjob on the fucking on BART.
On a train, so it's kind of related. So
Yeah.
where
Follow though, because that would be so rude to get fucking nut all over fucking either her fucking blouse or like the seat in front, you know? Because like sometimes like you know you're like kind of backed up and then bam, like could you? I can take a little BJ language. Well, good. I'm glad. Back movie.
Hey, you know, this is what happens on D3, man. We talk about a horror movie, and all of a sudden we're talking about getting blowjobs in the setting of the horror movie.
I've never gotten a blowjob on a or in BART or anything like that. Maybe it will happen in the future. So I'm hopeful.
You should really strive for that.
You know what? I got my fingers crossed.
It should be a goal of yours, bro. It should be a goal of yours.
Oh, shout out to Bert Des, who just joined us. She works with me at my job. She's awesome. Follow her on TikTok. She does these really cool Tia movies. And yeah, shout out to Bert Des. She just joined us. All right, so let's get back to the topic. All right, we're back on Terror Train. We're back with Jamie Lee Curtis. What's going on, man?
All right, so now we're on the train, all right? This big-ass party is going down, New Year's Eve party. People are dressed up, and murderer gets on the train. Murders one of the fraternity members, fraternity brothers, gets on the train, puts his costume on so everyone thinks it's him, and it gets started. We see there's like 5 or 6 different cars. There's
Hold on. Mom Movie says you should strive to get a blowjob in that outfit. Life goal. You know what? Anything's possible. And I really do feel if I wore this outfit, I would get a blowjob.
especially on Halloween. It's a good one for Halloween. Everyone loves it. Everyone's always wanted to blow a Teletubby.
Bert Dad says you better have a purse, Kate. You know what? I have something better. I have this big belly full of love. All right.
So we also had Pokemon join us, and then we got Your Fave Snow just came through. So we're still going.
What are we talking about, Josh?
We're talking about Terror Train, and we're talking about they're on the train now, and there's like 5 different cars. There's like a car that has a bunch of beds. There's a car that has like the front of the car has a spot where all the seniors hang out. There's a spot. There's another car of the train that has a magic show going on, another car of the train that has a freaking band. So this is an epic New Year's party going down. All right, but then there's a murderer on the loose on this train. So, and no one knows, but the first death goes down
In the back.
in the bathroom.
Well, actually, it's not the first death. It's the first death on the train.
Yes, first death on the train goes down in the bathroom to where he basically lures. The guy who gets killed in the bathroom thinks that it's his friend, but he's wearing a mask. So they go into the bathroom. He's drunk, and the guy kills him in the bathroom and leaves him there. So, and then what happens next is the conductor.
That guy's costume was?
It was a lizard. Wasn't he like a lizard or something?
80s,
What?
80s movie knowledge. His outfit looked like Lou Gossett Jr. Was it Lou Gossett Jr.? From, no, maybe it's not Lou Gossett Jr. His outfit looked like the guy, the alien from The Last Starfighter.
Okay.
Do you remember
That's
the movie?
That's not a bad call. You might be right.
Well, anyways, the outfit in the movie was way better, but that outfit was just shitty. So he's in the bathroom, and he basically gets his fucking skull fucking crushed inside of a fucking mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then he leaves the bathroom, locks the door, says it's occupied. Bam, that's the first kill. Eventually, the conductor's rolling through, opens the bathroom door, sees this dude laying on the ground with his costume on and blood everywhere. And I'm going to give props to this conductor because normally you see something like that, you're going to freak out. Oh my God, it's a dead person. Ah! He gets all chill and he handles it. He
goes to the back. He gets coffee and asks if they have any booze.
Right. He's like, okay, I'm not going to cause a panic, whatever. And then he finally tells somebody, and they comes into they open the bathroom, and then all of a sudden the murderer changed costumes, got into this guy's lizard costume, and pretended he was drunk and passed out on the floor. So now the people think the conductor's going nuts.
And then, okay, so let me rewind this back. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So he's back in the lizard costume, right? And it amazed me when I watched the movie because I was like, wow, the lizard costume is clean. Like, he actually took the time to clean off the lizard costume. And then there was a girl in the fucking train who saw her boyfriend or her date go off with some other girls, and he's definitely probably getting a blowjob somewhere. We don't know that. You never see it.
Blowjobs on bro. Blowjobs on a train.
He got more than a blowjob. But anyways, back to the movie. She is dancing on the dance floor. She's with Jamie Lee Curtis. She looks, and she's like, fuck, my boyfriend's going to cheat on me. Or my date is, like, bored with me, and she sees him go with another girl. So she knows the guy that was in the reptilian costume, and she's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna get going with this guy. And so little does she know that the killer is now in the reptile costume. And they go into they basically are in this one sleeping room, and she goes up and she's like, yeah, do you want to have fun? Like, if this is the perfect opportunity, we can do this now. And this fucking dumbass, who we already know is the killer, doesn't even pull his dick out, bro. Doesn't even get his dick wet, dude. Like, at least, like, do something. Like, take advantage of this situation. I mean, I know you're fucking filled with hate and all that shit, but, dude, obviously you're a virgin and you ain't got no pussy in your life. Take advantage. At least pull it out and see if she does something. But he ended up strangling her like a dumbass. So,
yeah.
All right, let's keep going with
Well, that's why he's a psychopath, bro. His brain doesn't work just like normal people's brains do.
He's like, he's like this weird guy that's like super hung, and like, like he's got like a fucking like 10-inch cock, and like just fucking pulls it out, and she's like, oh my God, it's so big. And like, you never, these weirdo motherfuckers just probably got big weird dicks. I don't know, but anyways, he. I think it's the dicks and blowjobs.
I think Kenny's looking for something there right now, man.
Anyways, okay, so why don't you? Okay, so basically, oh shit!
What?
He goes on top of her, right? And like,
Yeah.
he has the. It almost looked like the hand from what was the movie with Harrison Ford, The Fugitive? It looked like he had the fugitive hand, and he was. It was just a chopped off hand, and then when she realized it, then he goes strangles her. But yeah,
Right.
So,
Right.
After what happened?
So then I think it has this whole David Copperfield show, and it shows Jamie Lee Curtis kind of getting the hots for David Copperfield, aka Ken the Magician, and it kind of goes on, like it drags on a little bit of what's going on at the party. Oh, there's this guy, and that threw the party, but then lied about he threw the party, and it's just kind of like a lot of fluff going on.
Drags on.
Yeah, just some filler going on. And you know what I noticed? Sometimes it would show the train like driving down the tracks in the snow. It showed the train drive by the same spot 3 different times in the movie. So
yeah, that's crazy as fuck. And just using fucking roll tape.
Right. So there's a cut and corner right there. But basically, what ends up happening is, dude, they find out all this goes haywire. Conductor spills the beans. There's a murder on board. We all got to get off. So they fucking stop the train and get everybody out of the train. And it's freezing out. It's snowing. It's cold. And everyone gets out of the train. And then they're doing like roll call. And they're like, we need to find the killer. Now let's go inside and find the killer in the train. Like the guy wouldn't come out with everybody else. So, everybody came out of the train, but now we know the killer's on the train. And so they go on the train to search for the guy. Well, the guy's wearing a costume. He'll just sit out there with everybody else.
Dude, you know what's funny? The magician keeps doing magic tricks. He's like, yeah, cool. 2 people have been killed. Well, fuck it. Everyone's here. I might as well do some magic still. You know what? Fuck David Copperfield for not doing the biggest magic trick in the whole fucking movie. You know what that magic trick should have been?
What?
He should have made fucking Jamie Lee Curtis take off her clothes so we could see that ass.
Kenny!
Bro.
Dinero.
On point. Remember True Lies? I know you remember True Lies, bro.
Of course.
Yes. There's that one.
Yeah. And have you seen Prom Night?
What?
Have you seen Prom Night?
Oh, please fill me in.
Yeah, pretty good there too. So you would enjoy that.
Okay. All right. Halloween. Even in Halloween, I thought you see some skin from Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, good 80s chick. No, you don't. Not in Halloween. You don't see it. She doesn't really show too much. You only really get the bra.
Well, that's something.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Okay.
So let's keep it moving. What happens next?
So now it's also how weird looking was Dave.
Hold on. Elizabeth O'Hagan says his testosterone is raging.
Right? I've been waiting for someone to mention this right now because Kenny's just going testosterone all out tonight. So, like, here's a conversation that Kenny would have right now. So, hey, when they're all standing out in the snow, wouldn't it have been cool if like some random chick just started giving a blowjob to some random guy in the snow? And then, hey, do you think you'd get hard in the snow because it's so cold out?
Dude, you know, in every horror movie, every time someone's about to get laid, every time someone's going to get naked, every time something happens, they get fucking murdered. That says he took a pill from the gas station. Which pill?
Which one? I need to know. Oh man, this is taking a turn. So this is not. So now this is hasn't turned into Dad watches horror movies. It's Dad watches horror movies. Is that the G spot for the Teletubby?
Has to be. Hold on. Let me get it in there. All right. So okay. So let's talk about the when we get to the end and the shocker, which we all fucking knew from the beginning who it was gonna be.
Well, we knew who it was gonna be, but it surprised me who it actually was, and because David Copperfield had an assistant who wasn't, she was good looking, all right? She was okay. You know what I mean? But a little weird looking, but fine. But that's Abel's turn here. So everyone thinks it's the magician. It's Ken the magician, a.k.a. David Copperfield. Everyone says it's the magician. He's the murderer because he's the new one on board. He's the one. He's stuff, and he's not a student, so he's the one who's murdering everybody. So they go into his room and find and look around for him, try to find him, and then all of a sudden they open up his box, and there he is, David Copperfield's dead in the box. So it's not the magician.
He fucked him up good too.
Right. So now, and I gotta say this, I was wanting more from the kills in this movie. This was one of those movies to where it would show the kill, but then the camera would change. So you'd come up with a knife, and then boom, it would show. Then the camera would move away. Like, okay, they got killed, but they never really showed anyone get killed besides the decapitated head scene, and that was really it.
No, you're right. You're right. But you know what though, the movie kept me watching because it was actually pretty original.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When was the last time you seen a fucking movie about I've seen Steven Seagal on a train. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen a horror movie on a train. I mean, what was the last time you seen a horror, like a movie on a train as a horror movie? Sorry guys, I have to charge my phone, so.
Oh, he's going in the freezer. He's going in the freezer.
Nope, not yet.
So, dude, good segue to one of the questions I was going to ask you is, what are your favorite train movies? You know what I mean? You mentioned Under 2 with Steven Seagal. That's on a train. Any other train?
Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, that can be considered train movie. There's also
Wild West.
Yeah, Wild West. What a horrible movie.
I know, but I'm thinking of trains.
So, have you ever seen Midnight Run?
No.
Okay, there's Midnight Run. What else is there? There's Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, shit. Good knowledge.
What's that one with, isn't Denzel on one where there's a runaway train or something like that? It's Denzel and the guy who played the newer Captain Kirk.
I can't remember.
Unstoppable.
I haven't seen that one.
So, anyway, but we'll get back to it. So it comes down to
there it is. Elizabeth O'Hagan.
Taking a Felon.
College.
That's good. That's a good one.
Actually, I'm gonna give you. Hold on, I'm gonna give you an actual preview of what my next movie is, but I'm not gonna tell you which one because I was talking to Elizabeth, and one of her favorite horror movie franchises is Insidious. So for my next Dad Watches Horror Movies, Dad and Dinero discussion, it will be one of the Insidious movies. but I'm not going to tell you which one.
Okay. Okay. And what I will have to do is whatever number you choose, I'm going to watch all of them up to that number.
Fuck yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, let's get back. I'll let you go ahead and since I've been kind of telling a lot of things that would happen recently, I think it's your time to let us know about, how does this thing end? What happens?
Well, obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis finds out that the original prank was basically, we all knew that the dork Kenny was going to come into the equation.
And who was that person? Who was he posing as? Do you remember?
He was posing as the magician.
The magician's assistant, the girl.
Yes, the girl. Oh my God. Holy fucking shit.
It was him. He was very he pulled it off as a girl. I thought it was a chick.
Shocker. Yes, you are so right. Because at the
pulled
end,
it off.
oh my God. Because remember, there's a scene where the actual assistant goes, God, that she says something. She said something to David Copperfield. And like, God, that was like either a hard night or it was something super hot. And she says something and then you never see her again. But then you're right. He plays it off so well.
And what Elizabeth just mentioned was actually on my notes, where Jamie Lee Curtis shoves that receipt spike that you put receipts on, the little spike, shoves it into his cheek when she's fighting him off. When he had the mask on.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah, dude, that was good. That was a good ending fight scene. So coming down to the end, Jamie Lee Curtis was a part of the prank that traumatized this guy and which led him to have 3 years of PTSD from it. And he comes through onto this train and he's ready just to kill everybody that was involved in it. Jamie Lee Curtis was the main one involved because she told him to come into the room for the prank. So he's on a mission to kill her. And what ends up happening is they go for a tussle. She pushes him off the train in between the two cars. All right. And then everyone thinks it's over. And we all know it's not over. I gotta say this, dude. So she's chilling on the train. The train's going full speed, going back. And he ends up showing his face on the window outside of the train. And I started laughing so hard because how is this guy being Spider-Man on the side of the train, peeking around through the window on the side of the train and not falling off? I'm like, fucking Spider-Man now.
Dude, yes, you're absolutely right.
So anyway, long story short, gets back onto the train. Another tussle happens. And this time, they throw him off the train while they're going over a bridge. And he flies all the way down to the bottom where there's a river, an icy, snowy river.
Yep.
And he slams onto that snowbank and floats down the river. And that is the end. Spoiler alert, you know that through D3 all the time.
So why don't we talk about okay, so before we get into the review, the grade, how many stars?
Yeah.
I want to say this. For being a an 80s movie that was filmed in 1980, the movie actually still holds, it's still pretty strong to this day that I watched the movie the whole way through. I didn't fast forward it. The special effects were subpar, but what are you going to do with, hold on, look at this. This is hella funny. Hold on, look at Jamie Lee Curtis's face. Paused. Paused. Anyways, I don't know. I saw that in my living room. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But anyways, special effects subpar, plot really good. it has to be one of the first horror movies ever fucking on a train. I mean, unless you guys can correct me, but she did a really good job acting. I liked it. Like I said, I saw this movie before because Comedy actually recommended the movie because of the ending, because of the shock factor that I completely forgot. It was so good. Like I was trying to wonder what the fuck happened at the end, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, it was the fucking assistant. And yeah, like it's one of it almost gives me the same kind of shock. Remember Sleepaway Camp?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me ask Elizabeth, have you seen Sleepaway Camp?
Sleepaway Camp is one of the most shocking endings in any 80s horror movie for sure, though.
Yeah, I want to ask her because she's a horror movie enthusiast and she knows. But
that actress, what's her name?
No, oh shit! Elizabeth hasn't seen Sleepaway Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Okay, so you need to watch that movie because it has I don't want to ruin it for you, but yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
It has the main actress in that movie is Felicia Rose, and I actually follow her on my Horror Movie Dad Instagram, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's a pretty good shock value. The end is pretty good here. I'm gonna say that Terror Train took itself very seriously. I was thinking it was gonna be more of like a B horror-esque movie, but it ended up being good. The acting wasn't bad. The setting was. I love the setting. The kills needed work, but this was 1980, so you get what you can get. And this was like right before they started really bringing on those practical effects. Like mid 80s, was practical effects started busting up. But it took itself seriously. It was a good story, but I think in the horror category, it could have been a little bit better when it came down to the kills and the gore. I think was missing, and that's what I'm saying, and that's going to be kind of the way I'm thinking about this thing right there. So,
dude,
there you go.
I would like to say practical effects wise, I want to say that I know it's hard to actually have practical effects during that era, but I will say this. Night of the Living Dead, the first one that came out in the 60s, had very good practical effects. And another movie that came out in 1979, which to this day still is one of the best practical effects movie I've ever seen, is the very first Alien. And that came out in 1979 with the original chest burster scene, with just everything from that movie. I don't know how the fuck you can make a movie so good years before we were born. Like literally. Like the movie's fucking 41 years old. And I can watch that movie today and I'm like, every time I see the chest burster scene, I dropped my shit. Fuck. Fuck! Damn it!
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I'll completely agree with you with Alien. Still, I think the best practical effects ever is in John Carpenter's The Thing. Ever.
Oh hell yeah!
The practical. I've never seen any better practical effects than that. So
no facts, dude. Straight up facts. Hold on, sorry. I totally spilt my fucking seltzer everywhere.
Well, clean it up, bro. Nice cabinets, dude. That looks like, dude. Those are the exact same cabinets my parents had when I was living with them when I was a kid.
Dude, my house is hella old school, bro. I think that my house is built in like the fucking 50s.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's old. That's older than my house. Mine was built in 61.
Yep, my shit was built in the 50s, my guy.
Oh no, he's got the sunglasses on.
Watch out now.
All right, so as
party foul.
as tradition goes, whoever chooses the movie is the one who has to rate the movie first.
Go ahead.
So
bro.
you be what did we watch last one? We watched Wolf last one.
Mm-hmm.
This time, Terror Train, and out of 10 stars, I really had to think about this one, but I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it an average rating, directly average for 1980, and I would give it lower if the setting was not on a train. If this movie was like, let's say it was just a college party somewhere, like at a friend house or in a park or something, or at a campsite or whatever, I would rate this movie lower. But since it was on a train, since it had an awesome setting and it was a cool idea, I'm keeping it average. I'm
All right, what's your average?
I'm giving it 5 out of 10.
Wow, 5 out of 10?
Yeah.
Man.
It's average. It's a C. I'm giving it a C, bro. Even
I thought
5
7
out of 10, of
was
course,
average.
is an F. It's a 50%, but anything above 5, yeah, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, bro.
All right, I'm gonna give it. I agree with you.
Don't base your rating off of mine though. Give a true K Dinero rating. Be true, bro. Be true to yourself. Be true.
It's not a 10. It's not a 9. It's not a 8. It's not a 7. If I would have seen Jamie Lee Curtis's ass, I would probably give it a 6. But let me take off my glasses real quick. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10.
Ooh, he's going lower. All right, well, hey, our ratings have all pretty much been the same, except for Pet Sematary, I think.
Yeah.
That was
Only
it.
reason why, there were some tits, though. Yes, there were some tits, but you know what? At the end of the day, I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis's ass, because her ass is like, oh my God. True lies. That's all I got to say.
We have 3 minutes. So, any final thoughts at all?
I would normally say that we do the after party, but the way that my phone has been working the last couple times, yeah, I don't want to waste the fucking.
Don't worry, bro.
Yeah.
No, at all, man. So,
but I want to give a special shout out to everybody that joined, especially to Elizabeth O'Hagan. She's always been down since day one for our shit, and I really appreciate that. I want to give a special shout out to Tommy Lamb. I hope your leg fucking gets better. And I want to give everyone a shout out, especially 10-foot player. You know, I've been coming to that guy for years for fucking bud help or whatever, even though I don't smoke weed now. But anyways, he has good knowledge. And yeah, man. What else? What else, Josh? You look so cute.
I just want to thank everyone for joining. This is Dad and Dinero Discussions. This will be posted on my IGTV in the next 10 minutes. So if you missed it, don't worry, you got it soon. And then I'll post it on my YouTube channel, Dad Watches Horror Movies. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I watch horror movies. I riff on them. I react to them. I also post all our D3s on that channel. So Dad Watches Horror Movies. You can find it in my YouTube and my Instagram description here on my Instagram page. Or you can just type in Dad Watches Horror Movies and search for on YouTube. It's the first channel. So there we go. And I want to thank
Don't forget to hit that link and subscribe button.
There we go. Thank you for joining me again, Kenny. K Dinero, you're the man. This was awesome. Let's do it again. You're next, bro. You let me know. We'll be doing it in 2 weeks from now.
Dude, hold on. Before you go, I've had to take a piss for so fucking long, dude. Look at this. Hold on. How the fuck am I supposed to take a fucking piss when there's no fucking hole here? Oh, wait.
Hey,
is there a hole here? Oh, there's a hole! What? You probably saw my nuts.
I'm going to end you with this. Okay? Night!
Later, dude.
Later, bro. Peace out, everybody.